Hello, Internet! This is LordMaddog, and we are playing Avorion, or Avorion. Either way. Anyway, last time we did the internals of this beautiful ship that's sitting in front of me here, and today we're going to talk about the decoration, the finalization of this ship. As you see, it looks dramatically different from what we seen yesterday. It is now finished, complete, finito! Yes, it is quite the beauty. TN401 Racer. That's what I'm calling it for now. And let's go ahead and talk about the detail that I've added. Alright, so first off, we started here. I'm going to have it up there in a little corner there, a little fast, playing at about 10 times speed up there in the corner. Right here, I went ahead and I said, as I was going to do, let me go ahead into build mode here so we can select this area and look at it. As I said I was going to do, I have gone ahead and put an engine back here. And I did that by adding the corner pieces from left and right. Let me scroll that down so it's not actually in the way when we're selecting here. And then making my own custom piece off of this right here. And then scaling it out to be big. And as you can see, that turned out really, really well. I was actually really surprised at how well that turned out. All right, and then after that, we went over here, and I added just a tiny bit of little detail here. As you can see, I've added added piping to this thing here, added this thing right here, which fills that little hole there, and I changed the design on the back here. That makes it really nice and look really pretty cool. And I think, yeah, it's my opinion, but I really like it. All right, then after that, I went around and started to add these vents. Now, these vents are actually completely and totally functional, so I'll go ahead and show them off right here in a sec. And they break up the symmetry, the bulbness of it. They make it all those curves and actually have a lot more detail. Without them, you just got those curves and it kind of looks more like balloon. But with these little bit accents here, that actually really makes a difference. I was surprised how much a difference. Just adding a few thrusters here and there actually made a world difference. So let's go ahead and actually show them off of how they actually work. So you see here, right there, the back thrusters are firing off. Front thrusters are firing off. And when we also got, we've also got these thrusters to fire off. I have to change my control mode here to being a little bit more. And then we got left and right. See, as we see here, we've got them little side thrusters firing off as well. And then we also got the ones around the leg, around the wing that's fire off. Yes, looks really nice. And then after the thrusters, I jumped to decorating the wing. Now this was the longest and the hardest part of the entire build. It wasn't quite, I had the image in my head exactly what I wanted to do, but it wasn't all that easy to actually achieve it. As you can see, I actually think I've got pretty much close to exactly what I was envisioning, but I had to do, take and redo it like 5 or 6 times before I finally got what I wanted. The only thing I'm not quite happy with is this area right here. This small, it doesn't have enough detail right here. The problem is I'm already at 21,000 blocks, and much more over that you start to crash. So I can't really add any more specific detail, and I also have the problem with it constant clipping. It does not let you intersect blocks as much as I would like here to actually be able to add the detail I want. See, I wanted to bring these both back here like this, which would give that extra fine detail. But the problem is doing that, it intersects with these blocks, and I didn't want to have to tear apart the entire wing and bring it back because that would just make it look ugly. I've tried a couple different times and it didn't work. So I just went with a symmetrical build and a slightly less detailed area right here by the gun, which works. Now, the way with the gun system in Avorion works, when Kanuchi said he was going to let us make custom turrets, I was really excited. However, the way he implanted that, it didn't work out anywhere near I was kind of hoping or imagined. And it's just much better if, even though this gun is not actually functional, which I wish I could make it functional, but it's not functional. It just looks cool. But I will probably be, as you see here, I have a turret mount here, and I will be placing some weapons on it, and I'll probably be redesigning this front a little bit during my actual gameplay to actually be able to have it carry some weaponry. But yeah, you don't get coaxial weapons into the very end of the game, and it's like, and coaxial weapons, because they don't turn at all, and the way the camera angle in this game doesn't work. So I just went through for design over actual functionality, which I actually did a lot of this thing, but actually this thing is very functional because I've learned a lot of tricks of the trade while doing this. I mean, while building different ships. I started out with functional ships first, and then I started to build onto more aesthetical ships, and now I've got a good mesh between the two. But this is not functional. This is actually adds weight and it's not, but it's still, I really liked it. And then we've got the little extra details. I've repeated the pattern on the bottom, because then you've also got that nice blue glow, like this weapon is really being powered by some super powerful reactors. Like you've got your gas for your plasma right here, and then this is your plasma generator, and here's where you shoot your plasma. Well, my sci-fi buff, you know. And then this here is just to make it look. It was a little too empty, so I just added it. It's got no actual function at all, but it's kind of neat. I really like that. And then we've also got these, which I would imagine to be targeting lasers, you know, in space. And one of the most important things is triangulation on the target and getting a direct perfect targeting. And since these are pretty close to the farthest out on either end of a ship, they will, factually, they do nothing. But I figure that these lasers here would use infrared lasers or some type of lasers to go out, measure the distance between weapons, get back the targeting solution, and then you can actually shoot. Because in space, your combat is actually really distant, and you want to have your targeting lasers as far apart as possible, because then you can get a more triangulated factor. So that's what those are there for. I think they look really neat. I think they added just the perfect amount of detail. Now, with the wing complete, I was out of my polygon count for this ship. So I decided I had to work now on painting. The first thing I did for painting, I quickly went over here and made all these a nice fluorescent blue, which adds that nice super energy feel to it. And then I began to paint the front ship with purple and give it a giant mustache, and oh my word, did that look bad. So there's why I called in my wife for help. I'm pretty good with colors and whatnot, but she's an artist, a real good artist too. And so we started in the bottom, and we made the bottom be more kind of like dark, and then as go up from the bottom, they become lighter and lighter, all the way till you get that really nice blue at the top with the yellow sun. And we got the little sun highlights down, right coming down through here, these little accent marks. So yeah, that's the painting. And after that, it was done. That makes it sound so easy, but I've spent at least good 50 hours, 60 hours in making this thing. So why not, let's go ahead and try it out. But first we need to scale it down to what the size we're going to be using it at. Right now, it is way bigger than what we're going to be using it at. It's at, what's the cost on this thing? I think a couple million. Here, let's go back and see what the current cost rate is on this thing. You're loading. There we are. Oh yeah, 1.6 million. Well, actually, 1.7 million. Yeah. So we're gonna scale it down. We're gonna be converting it back to iron here first. I'm gonna do this real quick. Okay, so yeah, this is about the size we're going to be using it at. The problem with making big ships like this with so many block counts, it takes a while to scale it. When you scale it or do anything with it, you end up getting a little bit of lag. So this is about what I'm going to end up having. About 10K iron and 10K titanium and 40K iron. I don't quite have that in the game, but since I got an auto miner, it will have that very, very shortly. So this is what we're going to be playing with. As you see right here is the stats over here in the corner. Let's go ahead and look at this. So this is also what I'm going to be uploading online, so it will be available for everyone else to play with. This is one of those magnificent ships you will not want to miss. All right, so at this size, it's supposed to be like a medium to heavy fighter. And of course it can be scaled all the way up, but at that size its movement isn't all that great, and you're going to have to come in here and either add you're going to have to come in here and add a whole bunch of gyros, or more thrusters. But right now it's actually made out of iron, which, because I don't have enough titanium, and I eventually will be converting it to titanium. But this is a starter ship, second starter ship, not quite a starter ship because we've already been in the version we're already out here. So as I was saying here, it has at least one almost in every roll, pitch, and yawn. Not quite all the way in the yawn. This thing has not a good turning as well. I really like it. I'm gonna might end up having to go in there and add a little bit more thrusters in the back. There's a little bit of room in the back. I might have to add some thrusters in the back. It has really good power generation. Oh, where's power generation? Here, power generation. 13 gigawatts, and only needs 7.9, but then that doesn't calculate in when you jump. It's a very important factor when you jump. I think when you jump, the requirement jumps to almost 2 times or 3 times. So you want to have, I might not have quite enough power generation afterwards, but I do have enough storage generation, so that would be enough. We have crew size. I've got to actually empty this out for crew. I'm not sure how to do that. Here, maybe I can just go ahead and quickly release all my crew. Okay, so quickly did that. Let's go back into the build mode, and as you can see here, we have about double the size of crew quarters, which is really good. I was worried about that slightly, but not all that much, because when you get smaller, some of these crew things will not actually function. See, I have a lot of crew on the sides here, and I was worried about them not actually having quite enough crew room, but we have plenty of crew room. So this is perfect. This will make a really good vessel, pretty much almost a starter vessel. And so let's just go ahead and test it out. Let's first put a couple weapons on. Okay, I got a couple of them. Let's go and any old weapon, laser turrets. I gotta make sure it's actually iron-based turrets. So let's go with DPS highest first. We're gonna go with these. Click them right here and right here. There we are. That's getting really silent for some reason. That's not normal. We need to get more crew again because we now have. There we are. F2. The sound in the game seems to be a little bit off. Give me a sec. Alright, I had to restart the game because I've been tabbing out too much. So here we've got the guns, and now they've got sound, and I am going to go ahead and see if we can find some combat. So I'm going to speed it up until we get ourselves some combat. I'm going to just jump to random sectors with these things. All right, we found this sector here. It's with these weird, it's like they're having, I don't know how to explain it. It's like they're having some type of seance with asteroids and whatnot. They moved it all. I don't think there's actually anything to this little encounter here. What's going on here? Hush, we're in the middle of a ceremony. I have to wait to talk. I see. It'll have to wait till I talk to you. And then boom, they instantly, you're now our Kisushka. They do not like being talked to. And then let's go ahead and test this thing out for combat. Now, I don't have any shields, and oh my gosh, these guys do. Why do these guys have shields? Well, this isn't going to end up well. That's a destroyer. Oh yeah, I'm not going to be able to beat these guys with this what I have here. Oh, yeah, they're doing pretty good damage to me. Let's get out of here. Now, I figured out why I'm using up so much energy. That's because I have some pretty high-powered things equipped, and that's why it's taking up so much of my energy. All right, actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and have this thing get beat up good. But first, let's go ahead and see if we can actually get a little bit of fight in it. Let's go ahead. I want to see this thing kind of fall apart. Let's make sure we get iron. Now, of course, because I'm in creative mode, I could get this a lot higher. But let's go ahead and see how many we can equip. Right here. Oh, up. Boom. See if we can actually kill a couple ships before we get ourselves completely blown to smithereens. There we are. I didn't put the other one right, but that's fine. There we are. We got 6 weapons, which is easy enough to get in the very beginning of the game. And let's go fight these things. And this is the problem with having player-made ships. You can run into something like this, and they're way more player-made ships are way better than default ships in game. That's for sure. There's a whole bunch of these. I think the Corellians, they're no, the Old Republic ships, I think. Oh, I do not have enough crew. Ah, let me type this in. Enemy crew. Add crew. There we are. There now. They got enough crew for this guys. Oh shoot. Nope, I don't have enough crew. And when did it happen? I did add crew. Nope, not letting me in combat for some reason. Come on. Auto assign. Yeah, I know that. Auto assign. Wait, not adding crew. For some reason, missing workforce. Yes. Add crew. Nope. Oh well. Ain't gonna be able to do that. Let's just go ahead and let the ship get completely destroyed and see how it falls apart and how well it fares. Here, my ship is taking damage now. We're going to start losing pieces. Oh, you know what? I didn't save this thing. I probably should save this thing. But here, let's see what type of damage. I should be losing a lot of blocks now. Because I lost the front of my block. Yeah. Alright, let's run away. I don't want to actually lose this thing. Ooh. Oh, yeah, look, big old ship coming at me. Look at that. Alright. Now, that's something I don't really like all that much in Avorion, is that you boost and enemy ships can't catch you, period. In real life, that should have been the end of me. Completely. No way, ifs, ands, or buts when they got close enough to start shooting me, unless I jumped out. I don't like the idea that you can just completely thrust away and be perfectly fine. I've never really liked that. But it makes the game way too easy. Now other people are saying that the game is super, super hard, but maybe that's just I've played hours and hours of it, and it makes the game really easy for me. Well, it's basically the TN401. Oh, I have to remember the name. Racer. Yes, that's it. The TN401 Racer. That is the gist of it. It's about 60 hours worth of time in it. I really think it turned out really well. There's a couple things I'm not quite pleased with. I don't like how the engines up there come out through the top there. I wish I could actually stop them, but I need the extra engine room. I guess I could move some engines off over here, but that's fine. I do like how the engines come out from back here and here. I really like that. That's really nice. Other than that, it's an amazing looking ship. I really like it. I hope you guys enjoy it as well. If you do, likes, shares, and comments are always welcome. LordMaddog, signing off.